Welcome to Home Workouts with No Equipment. If you want the full course, you could find this on my website for free. I'll leave the link in the description. So we'll just go through a quick overview of what you can find in the course. So again, I'll leave this in the description as well, but there's a sheet with different movements. So we've got push-ups, squats, lunges, abs, movement coordination, and some miscellaneous stuff. So for example, our forward lunge, you could find videos of that. Regressions would be an easier version of that exercise. So for squats, our sit stand is a easier variation of a squat. And our Bulgarian split squats are a harder variation of the squat. For push-ups, let's say our desk push-up as an easier variation, and our decline push-up as a harder variation. So you can go through all of these videos on your own. Some example programs. Start off 2 days a week, move your way up to 3 days a week. Just kind of showing you how you can progress from wall push-up, desk push-up, couch push-up, knee push-up, and then make your way, getting better every month. Basically, you want to find something that works for you. Working out is individualized. Everyone's lifestyle, genetic, work, injury history is completely different. So what works for you, works for you. You're better off starting too easy than starting too hard and doing too much too soon. You can always progress. We'll cover terminology a little bit later, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. But first off, exercise frequency. How many days per week? Again, it's going to depend on your genetics, your work, your injury history. I'd recommend going 2 days a week at a moderate intensity to start. If you prefer low intensity stuff, you don't want to do moderate, then you could start at 3 days a week. Again, just a recommendation. Find something that works for you. Exercise selection. I'd recommend only doing 3, maybe 4 exercises per workout, and try and get around 10 different exercises per week. We want to do less exercises, but more of that one exercise. So you could build really good technique and get comfortable with that specific exercise. How many sets, how many reps? I'd recommend starting at 2 sets and between 8 to 25 reps. If it's too hard and you can't do 8 reps, choose an easier variation. And if it's too easy, you can do more than 25, choose a harder variation. Again, these are just general guidelines. Exercise intensity. When you're starting off, start easy and gradually progress. So about 7 out of 10 difficulty at the most. How much rest in between sets? Again, it depends on a lot of things, what exercise you're doing, how much of it you're doing, what's your frequency, what are you trying to get out of it. As a general guideline, around 1 minute. Exercises to avoid. Anything that hurts. Don't do anything that will make you feel pain or excessive discomfort. Progressive overload. So we want to try and increase the difficulty of our exercises, either week to week or month by month or even year to year. So that could mean adding reps, adding sets, increasing the weight, adding new exercises, more frequency, less rest, or doing the same exercise but a more difficult variation. So some terminology: aerobic training would be our long duration, low intensity. So for example, a brisk jog. Anaerobic training is the opposite. This is spelled wrong. It should be A-N-A aerobic. But our anaerobic is the opposite. High intensity, short duration. So for example, sprinting. A compound set is comprised of 2 sets performed back to back that train the same muscle group. So bench press followed by push up. These are really good for like a finisher at the very end of your workout, but not recommended if you're starting out because you will be very sore. Drop set is when you do an exercise, you finish your set, you immediately start another set with a lower load. So the exact same exercise. Again, it's good as a finisher, but not when you're starting out because it will make you very sore. Endurance is the muscle's ability to repeat an exercise over an extended period of time. HIIT training, high intensity interval training. Hypertrophy means to increase the size of the muscle cells. Intensity refers to how hard your body is working and is generally measured through RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion on a scale of 1 to 10. Long distance steady state training would mostly be kind of like our aerobics, so 45-minute jog on the treadmill. Negatives is the lowering part of a lift, and it's used if you can't do an exercise currently, but you want to be able to work your way up to that. So if I'm not strong enough to do a push-up, but I can do the lowering part and then use my legs to help me get back up. Power is a muscle's ability to generate large amounts of force over a short period of time. Reps is how many times an exercise is performed in a single set, so short form for repetition. Reps in reserve means how many reps you have left in the tank. So if I can do 10 push-ups, but I only do 7, then I have 3 reps in reserve. Rating of perceived exertion. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was your set? So a set, if I do 12 push-ups, that's 1 set. And then I rest and I do another 12 push-ups, that means I've done 2 sets. If I rest again and do another set of then do another 12 push-ups, that's 3 sets. Strength is a muscle's ability to generate large amounts of force. Superset is used to save time. So if I do 2 exercises back to back, but they train opposite muscle groups, bicep curls, tricep extension, or bench press, barbell row. Different muscle groups, but they're trained back to back to save time. So some stretches, generally want to hold them for 30 seconds or more. So just showing some different ways that you can do it. And thank you for watching. If you want to go through the full course yourself, you can find the link in the description.